This is the funnest night ever!
Yeah, quit yanking our anuses!
Two people get together, do something social, have a few drinks, yada yada yada.
It's called Two Brothers. Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
Welcome to another episode of Two Brothers.
And a black guy, and yes, we're recording, Edgar.
Yep. And before we get into the episode, please like and subscribe this video, share it with your friends,
All that good
all your
shit.
Christopher Nolan lovers out there.
Do everything for the YT algorithm.
Hit the notification bell.
Mm-hmm.
Follow our socials.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Two Bros on Instagram. Same thing for Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Fuck Facebook though.
Yeah. And if you're listening on Spotify, leave a review. Tell us how much you love Two Brothers.
Love it, bro.
And especially when it's two brothers.
And a black guy, bro.
And Maurice has a lot of shit going on that's coming up too. Go ahead and plug away, Maurice.
Yes, sir. So, youtube.com/actionnerdgaming is currently February when we're recording this right now. So I'm going to be making my triumphant return to gaming content late May, early summer. So like I say, like mid-April, early May. But like I'm trying to get the PlayStation, the Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch, and I'm gonna be doing some original stuff as well. Just rebranding, upping my bread game to up the life game and the YouTube game. So yeah, just Actioner Gaming. We're gonna be doing Let's Plays. We're gonna be playing all types of different games, different types of genres, and just really just appreciating the gaming culture as a whole and just bringing you guys along that journey with me as well. And I also release music under independent label Maurice Records. We do gospel, we do rap, we do metal, we do nerdcore. It's just a celebration of music, my guy. It's not just rap, it's about music. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, bro, I'm just here to love God, love people, change the world, and inspire a generation to do the same, chase our dreams and do what we love. So yeah, come mess with your boy. Links are in the bio, and love God, love people. Yeah.
Now, this episode is going to be a little bit more structured than our previous one. We'll be shedding a spotlight on one of our favorite directors, I guess you would say, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely one of my favorites. Yeah,
he's made tons of fucking great films.
Great films.
Some people might say there's some spotty ones, but I think we can all appreciate all of his films.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that too in the episode. Yeah. So.
And it is Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
So this is like a director spotlight. This is one of many that we'll do in the future.
Yep.
But I mean, great way to start is with fucking Chris Nolan, man.
Yes, sir.
So let's jump in. Maurice, you've got questions to kind of lead us into this episode, right?
Right. Yeah. So I guess I'll start with our talking points here, and I'll answer the first one, and we'll just go and kind of go around. I guess we'd go to you and then go to Edgar. Right. So first up, guys, I gotta know. Well, I'm gonna tell you first, but I gotta know from you after I tell you. What was the first Christopher Nolan film you saw? So for me, this would be The Dark Knight. Now, at the time, so let me see, Dark Knight came out in 2008. I was 9. My brother, oh my God, my brother was 3.
Damn. All right.
So, my grandparents, they grew up with a very different type of Batman. They were born in the 50s, so in their time, Batman was still a comedy.
It was Adam West.
Right, it was Adam West, the goofy one running around with the bomb and shit. So that's still a great movie, but it's not the Batman we know, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I don't think that his parental instincts were fully, in full gear at that time, because he wasn't looking at the ratings, he wasn't looking at the trailers. Yeah. This is a very, very different, very dark Batman. So at first, my brother and I we were kind of into it, but it just scared us, like the Joker. At that time,
terrified everybody. I think.
Yeah, at a young age, that's still one of the best Jokers of all time, and we'll get into that as well. But yeah, at that age, wasn't very digestible. And I think the moment when my brother and I are just like, we're scared shitless, you better get us out of this movie now, is when Joker tricked, and obviously if you guys don't know this by now, there's going to be spoilers because we're going to be
spoilers for everything.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about these movies in depth. So if you haven't seen Christopher Nolan films, I don't know what to tell you, but there's going to be spoilers. But there was that scene where obviously the Joker gave Batman the wrong address on purpose to pick up Rachel versus Harvey Dent. So then he picks up Harvey Dent, and then the building blows up, and then he drops him, and then half of his face gets burnt, and that's how he turns into like the actual Two-Face, right?
Yeah.
And so I think the moment my brother and I were just like, we're scared shitless, take us out of this movie now, was the moment when he was in the hospital and he was talking to Jim Gordon.
Oh, the reveal of
just like how real that makeup looked, and like how his face was just like, whoa. Hard PG-13 moments right here, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that was the first Christopher Nolan film I saw. So obviously at the time, my brother and I were scared shitless. Didn't want to go to the movies with our grandpa ever again at the time, which we did, but we just, at that time, we were just scared, it wasn't what we were expecting. It wasn't he was expecting either, So didn't like the movie at the time, but now it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite comic movie of all time. But at the time, I didn't appreciate it that way. So, but that was the first Christopher Nolan movie I saw nonetheless. So just didn't appreciate it again until about middle school. So yeah.
I think mine's, and probably would be Edgar's too, is Batman Begins, right? Unless you saw one that wasn't that.
Batman Begins came out in 2005, so I think that should be the earliest one, right?
No, where you go?
What was your first one?
So you want me to speak now?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You guys can speak at the same time if you want. If it's the same movie or not, yeah, that's cool.
I don't want to lie to myself and say maybe it was Batman Begins or Dark Knight, but I would say Dark Knight because I think, I don't know if he still does it. He would do it for like WB movies. He would release like a 10-minute scene for his upcoming films.
Oh, okay.
And he did it for the Dark Knight. And
did he put it on YouTube?
No, I think he had to go see it in theaters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think it was the 10-minute scene of the opening movie where
the bank robbery, the bank heist. Yep.
Yeah. And they didn't show the whole thing. I think it just stopped at a certain point, but that was it. And hearing, I hate bringing but fucking sad news, but hearing the death of Heath Ledger and
rest in peace,
and how this fucking role that he did for the Joker is gonna be amazing. Okay, I was sold after that.
Yeah.
I remember getting tickets in advance, like months, to get them, So I would say the Dark Knight.
It wasn't Batman Begins?
I don't...
Or you don't remember it?
I don't remember it, but I want to say Dark Knight because I remember that. Like I said, I remember still getting the tickets.
I do remember that too. We did that for Dark Knight Rises as well. Yep. Mine was Batman Begins. Even though I vaguely remember it, if we're talking about like what was the first one, it was Batman Begins. And I didn't really think much of it when I saw it. I was like, this is just another Batman movie. I don't know what they're going to go with it. But yeah, it was when Dark Knight came out that I was like, this fucking guy knows what he's doing with Batman. And now that I'm thinking about it, he's the only one to direct 3 Batman films.
That's crazy. You're right.
He's the only one still to this day who did a trilogy for Batman.
That's a big accomplishment, bro.
Yeah.
That really is, And even though, we'll talk about this more. Like, I don't think any of them are as good as The Dark Knight, but Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises, I still love those movies. Honestly, like I could watch Dark Knight Rises all day. I love all of them. They're all strong in their own right. You know what I mean? But Dark Knight being the best, of course. But that's actually crazy to think that you said it. Like that's true. That's true.
For now, Matt Reeves is gonna do that too, and
I like the Batman, but I didn't like it as much as the Dark Knight personally.
Really?
I liked. I think the thing about, and I'll be brief about this. I think the only thing about the Batman for me is it's a lot more of it's a detective Batman, which I like. I do like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just and this is weird to say. It's like the fight scenes, they just don't really. They didn't really seem to do anything super innovative for me. You know what I mean? They're good, but I just I don't really. They didn't grab me as much. You know what I mean? And Rob Pattinson, he's a good Batman, and the music is great. I like all the characters and stuff, but I don't know. It's just something just felt a little empty to me about the new Batman, in my opinion. But I do like it though. It's good. It's good. You know. But I just don't enjoy it as much as the Dark Knight. Like I always have a soft spot for this trilogy. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah. All right. Well, those are the first ones we saw. Next question. What are your top 3 favorite Christopher Nolan films and why?
Well,
and I guess, you know, we can switch up the order a little bit. Edgar, let's start with you. Let's start with you.
For me?
Let's start with you, bro.
Again, don't want to sound so fucking generic and fucking like.
Well, you gotta tell us why, so you can't be generic. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still thinking of mine, so that's why I pass this to you. So.
all right. Again, it has to be The Dark Knight. Yep. Like, since its release, since buying it, all that, we fucking digested like the multiple times. We break every fucking scene that we see. That's how
there's something new to see each time.
Yeah, it was just great. Like not that long ago, like a comedian gave his own take on the Joker, that he was a ex-military guy. That's why he knows
interrogation
and all this crazy shit. Then you just like, okay, that makes sense.
What?
And I thought about that too, and I was like, yeah, he's right. Like, that's why they weren't able to fucking break him. It's probably because he was probably in the military. And he probably knew how to fucking break people and all that.
People's heads.
I mean, he is a schizophrenic clown, so you know what I mean.
And he knew how to use that fucking gun, like, and everything. So
it's like
multiple guns. He has so many guns in that movie.
Like I still remember when we went to go see it, like in theaters and all this. I just appreciate it because I'm also a comic book fan, and that was a different take with the Joker. It wasn't your typical like.
It was a different take of the Joker, but after that, everybody in the comic book community made the Joker like that.
Yeah,
it mirrored like the Dark Knight.
That says a lot too.
Joker.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's a high fucking watermark for villains in films. Like Joker's just. Especially the Dark Knight Joker. Like, I mean, and I know that Joker, like Joaquin Phoenix Joker is its own thing. And we obviously are going to have...
And that's great in its own right. Yeah.
But, like, Heath Ledger just... still to this day, I don't think anyone's ever going to fucking beat that.
Yeah.
And I hate how people say, oh, he's overrated. And people just, shitting on his take on the Joker, right?
Not at all.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. What was overrated about that shit?
Nothing.
There's different ways you can take the Joker. Like look what Joaquin Phoenix did. He took it to a different direction. He made his own thing.
Yeah, that one's more like
a loner,
like a mental health commentary. Yeah.
This one he took it to a more intelligent.
Yeah, he's
Joker.
like intelligent, but for like all he wants to do is like fucking Alfred Sailor. He just wants to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people hated on that, but that's a different story. Where were we at? Oh, okay. Again. The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. Bane.
The only reason was Bane as a kid growing up in the animated series. Bane was my favorite villain.
Yep.
And seeing him come, into a big screen.
Yeah.
And again, I remember seeing it in theaters. The 10-minute.
I like to call it like the primer, dude. They showed like the first 15 minutes to get you ready.
I don't know if he still does it. Christopher.
He did it for Tenet. Yeah, he did it for Tenet. Yeah.
Okay, I thought he did. I wasn't sure though. Yeah.
He did it in Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole Fortnite thing where you go in the game and you see the.
But you opened again with him. The plane. With
the plane thing.
That scene was fucking awesome, man. Yeah.
And I know we're gonna talk about why he's a timeless director. But that's one of the reasons why I love Christopher Nolan is nothing that he does is CGI. Everything is fucking practical. It's
all practical effects.
All of it is practical. And,
dude, when you look at Dark Knight, I mean, I know we haven't gotten to our shit yet, but we can it doesn't have to be super structured. It's okay. We'll still finish. Yeah. But like, bro, when you look at the stunt work and like just the level of insanity in The Dark Knight Rises alone, and like, oh my God, like, you got to give him props. Like, he started a war between the League of Shadows and the cops. And it was like that, like, bro, The Dark Knight Rises is literally a war movie, bro. You know what I mean? It's like
the commitment that Christopher Nolan has.
It's crazy. I mean, like blowing shit up for real. Like
in
even
Interstellar, he actually made fucking like crops just so he can burn them for the effect of the scene in one of the film.
Yeah, and there was that the hallway scene in Inception where like they're flipping over and Jordan Gorslov is fighting that one dude in the hall. They created a whole like sound stage that like rotated.
Yeah.
And so like they were doing that effect in real time. So he's like fighting while turning in real time.
Which is fucking awesome.
And it's just like, oh my god, yeah, no, he like I say like as far as movies goes, like that's like the king of practical effects, bro. Because like what a lot of movies do is that like they'll have to mix practical effects with CGI because they have to, you know what I mean? Especially like I think a lot like with the Marvel movies and stuff because like they have characters where like okay, I can't work with CGI without CGI, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like every story he tells, like he doesn't need it, and he just goes with it, and that's awesome. So, yeah. That's so cool.
Continuing like going in with the Dark Knight Rises was I was just going in as a fucking comic book fan, like for the like the what do you say comic book references and
like how accurate it was gonna be.
Like I even told you, like when I saw the trailer for it, like. I can't wait for Bane to break his back. That has to be.
Yep. It's in it. It's in there. It's in there.
Shit, because in the comic books he does that. So stuff like that, you know, and it took a little inspiration from the Dark Knight Returns when he's retired.
He's retired.
All
and
this
everything.
shit, right?
Yeah.
So going in, I was just in for that, you know. I wasn't in for it because it was a trilogy and all this. It was just because my favorite villain was in there.
Yep.
All these references and all this shit, you know. That's why I liked it. You're gonna fuck it's my fucking top 3. Tenet.
Tenet is your number one.
I really even though I kind of understand what was going on. I
think we can all conclude that none of us understand Tenet at all, but we still love it. We still love it. I think that's the reason we love it, though. You know,
I like how in the end he gives you the twist, like what was going on, like that scene where he fights that guy. How did that scene go? He was dressed as a like. He had a police armor.
I think he was fighting himself, bro.
Yeah, but like, later on you figure out that he was fighting himself.
He's fighting himself, yep.
It was a whole fucking cool. Yeah, I gotta watch it again. I kind of want to watch it again.
Yeah.
But Batman was in that movie, dude.
Come on. Robert Pattinson, Robert Pattinson was in that movie.
He was a good part of that.
He did good, yeah.
No, I just loved it. Like,
and I love the soundtrack too.
The soundtrack kicks ass. Like that's like when like I never thought like a Travis Scott song would fit in that so good, but like that's a good song. The plan, it was good.
I was like, even after watching it, I kind of understand it.
Like, yeah, dude, I know how time works now.
I like the whole story about it. You know, I like how it messes with you a little bit. Like,
yeah, but it does make you want to like watch it again. Yeah. Well, all the movies, because you know that's the point of it.
I do have a bit of a theory. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like, and I don't want to bring that too much into it because I don't want to like get out too off topic. But like, I feel like Inception and Tenet are like in the same universe in some way.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what I mean? Because like, if you think about like, both films are 10 years apart. Like they're both like Inception came out in 2010 and the other one came out in 2020. I don't know. I mean, I knew that might be coincidental because of delays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it did come out during the pandemic. He did make it happen. You know what I mean? And then when I think about like the world bending and like inversion, like how bullets go backwards and how time goes backwards, one of the primary themes in Inception is time. Right, and then you think about like the dream worlds and the heist, and there's even that heist element in Tenet too, like when he has to go backwards and revert all the, you know what I mean. So it feels like, and like there's that like kind of like that secret agent kind of thing that goes on with them, you know what I mean. So I don't know, like it feels like they don't really make any references that would make me think that they're connected, like not directly, but like I do feel like it could be in the same universe.
That won't be surprising.
Yeah, the thing too is that like all of his movies, they all end like open ended.
That's true.
Rises, Inception with the fucking little like thing.
Yeah.
Interstellar, like all those movies are open ended. How they end, you know, it's.
That's true.
You know?
He does that on purpose. He wants you to think.
He wants you to talk about it.
He wants you to think. Yeah.
Around and everything,
yeah.
So. But that's not a bad list.
Yeah.
You want to go with mine?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I would do Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, but Interstellar is also. I would interchange it for.
So which one's your top one though?
Probably Interstellar.
Interstellar.
I seen that a lot. I mean, Dark Knight is fucking good too. So it's like I go between both of them, but I just love the music of Interstellar, the fucking world that they set up with Interstellar.
I gotta watch Interstellar now, bro.
It's just so fucking good, man. And the pacing of it is great. It that one scene where Matthew McConaughey goes to the planet that like time is different there. Like I think it's like every fucking hour is like 7 years on Earth and shit like that. And you know what's fucking cool? This is the dedication of Christopher Nolan. Is when they get to that planet and the music plays, the music goes on the same beat as like every minute that song plays is like every fucking hour that they're on there.
Wow.
It's the music is on sync with the fucking scene, if that makes sense. And God, and then seeing the huge fucking like wave that's coming up, and they fucking mistake it for like I don't know what they mistake it for, but like, oh no, it's not that, it's a wave, it's not a mountain or some shit. Like there's a fucking huge tsunami's coming. It was such an intense scene. And then seeing Matt Damon coming in the film later on, and you're like what the fuck?
I got a theory. Is he from the Martian?
No.
Is he from the Martian?
No, because he fucking dies in Interstellar.
That movie finally they made the Martians like this fucker was.
Like he was in the fucking Interstellar. Okay. But no, like the whole theme about like, because they go on the suicide mission to go to look for other planets, and the fact that Matt Damon sent out a signal just so that he could be rescued, and he knew that his planet wasn't fucking habitable, and to see like, oh, you like, I did it to survive and blah blah blah, and this and that, like, it's just, man, it's such a good fucking movie. To me, that's my top 3, and Interstellar is like number 1. I think. Okay. I just have a deeper appreciation for that film. So
awesome. All right, well, I have 2 that you guys have as well. So my top 3 in order: 3, Dark Knight Rises; 2, Dark Knight, and I guess now number 1 would have to be Inception. Okay. So because
Dunkirk lovers here.
I like Dunkirk. Now the biggest reason that I don't like that film as much as the other films is the character development. There virtually is none. You know what I mean? Because
you're right. Yeah.
And like I understand why he did that, because the we're focused more on like the environment, like the situation, like what's going on. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you have like that chaotic like conflict between the British and the Germans, like it's really difficult to have those character moments. And like they're in there, you know what I mean? They're not like completely absent, but I feel like in comparison to all of the characters that are in Nolan films, like Dunkirk,
you're right.
They're not memorable, you know what I mean? So that's the only reason I don't like. But the action in Dunkirk is great, I think. And then I think the other thing that's cool about Dunkirk for me is like that's one of the only war films that accomplishes intensity and violence without being rated R. And that's really cool.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Because like more like when I'm a fan of war films, so like most war films, like they have to be violent because war is violent. You know what I mean? But like that movie actually accomplished that level of intensity without being, gratuitous. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say gratuitous, but without being graphically violent is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the reason I don't like Dunkirk as much as the other ones. But I mean. I think the reason I have that list is, like I said, Dark Knight Rises. I love that film. You know what I mean? Like, and I think just that film is just it has such an incredible legacy to me. Like, I see movies not just from an entertainment angle, but also from like a spiritual angle, like a life angle. Like, we can learn things from the messages that we get in entertainment. You know what I mean? I think the thing that makes me like Dark Knight Rises is one of those films like I watch annually, just to be inspired, man. Like just I think one of the main themes in that film that I love is overcoming impossible odds. You know what I mean? Like Bane turns Gotham into a failed war state in very little time. It didn't take him that long to do that. You know what I mean?
Joker did the same thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Everyone so afraid,
right,
and paranoid,
right. I think, but I think the way like Joker did it in more of a he did it in a physical way, but he did it in more of he got in people's heads. You know what I mean? Bane just went all out war. You know what I mean? And like I said, in Dark Knight Rises, it is kind of like a war film towards the end. Like it starts out as an action film, but once Bane breaks Batman's back and like puts him in that prison, bro, like Gotham is just like it's a war zone. Like it's crazy, you know. So like I like that, just like, you know, with all those impossible odds, like he comes back, he gets out the pit, you know. He defeats him in like that second fight that they have, like that was so awesome, because like if you think like
came to die with you,
right, you're like no, I came back to stop you, you know. And like
fucking good line,
like, you know what I mean. And like the way he was able to use his environment, and bro, like even that scene where he like he takes like his batarangs and he cuts Bane's mask. That was so cool, because it's like, because that mask is shooting him up with steroids. Like, you know, like Bane he's big enough to begin with, you know what I mean? So just that triumphant return was so awesome. And just like, we'll talk about the ending in another point, but like, let's just believe that, you know, Batman sacrificed himself, you know, for Gotham, you know what I mean? And like, and even at the end when they made that statue for him, and like they respected him even though they hated him all this time, like I just think that the message of like self-sacrifice and legacy and just overcoming impossible odds is something that like I'm always able to find in those movies, you know what I mean? And bro, that scene, that first fight that Bane and Batman, Bane beat the sleep out Batman, bro.
I was telling you, we have conversations about it. But like, there's a point where Batman like turns off all the lights.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever.
Yeah.
And when they come back on, like he's just fucking standing there.
Right.
It's like, Batman, like you're not gonna fucking hide. You're just standing right next to fucking Bane, and the lights come on and he fucking grabs you, like some fucking Batman you are. I think, you know,
and I think the thing that's like, Bane beats him so bad that like he forgot how to fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like he like, because throughout the comic books, correct me if I'm wrong, but like other than like Killer Croc, Bane has always been like Batman's greatest adversary. You know what I mean? And I feel like that they did such a good job at like emphasizing that in that movie. You know what I mean?
I feel like he got his ass kicked the last, like where we left off with him.
Yeah.
With the Joker.
Yeah, he was just
shit, right?
all that. Yep.
He got beat up and all this shit. So I feel like he was just rusty.
Yeah,
he was
rusty and scared.
I was gonna, he was scared.
Like, rusty and scared. Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, I forgot. Those smoke bombs don't do shit.
Right.
Turn off the lights. Oh, should hide. Yeah. Like,
or fight or stab him or something. Right? You know what I mean?
That whole scene was cool. Like, if I'm right, there's no music.
There's no music. There's no music.
That's crazy, bro. It's
just hearing the visceral fucking punches and like it's a fight, man.
No, Bane literally, like, he breaks the armor that's meant to like block like bullets and gunshots. Like, it shows you like how strong he is.
You know what I
like
too? I'm going like off the little top topic, but like on Dark Knight where he gets the new suit. And Lucius Fox says like it will do well against dogs. I was like, it will do well against cats. And I was like, that's a reference to Catwoman. Like,
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I like that.
But yeah, no, Dark Knight Rises is just such a even with its flaws and everything. Like, we'll get into that, but it's just such an incredible story about overcoming impossible odds, self-sacrifice, and just, you know, laying it all down for your fellow man. And that's and you know, I think that's just that's an awesome thing. And the Dark Knight, man, there's so many themes in that one. I mean, there's the duality of man, there's the fact that the Joker is fucking right. I mean, that's scary, you know what I mean? Like, he gives those monologues where he's just like, if I talk about like, if I say that like a gangbanger will get shot or like a truckload of soldiers is going to blow up, no one panics. It's all part of the plan. But if I say that one little mayor is going to die, everybody freaks out. You know what I mean? And even like the different stories that he gives when he has those people at a knife, like, you want to know how I got these scars? Like, it shows you that he's not all the way right there. You know what I mean?
He's not a reliable narrator.
Yeah, he's not a reliable narrator, but you know, you understand why he does the things that he does, even if he does them for horrible reasons. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing about those movies, that even though you feel for like, oh yeah, the villain's right.
Yeah.
There's always one thing that they get wrong, and that's like that fucking like
that grounds them.
The city is like full of hope. They're ready to believe.
Right.
That's what Batman tells them. That's the thing that the Joker's wrong, and like
Yeah. You know, but yeah, the Joker is, like I said, one of the best movie villains of all time, and I just absolutely love him. And everything about the Dark Knight, I mean, the music, the action. I think the Dark Knight has like some of the best action in the whole trilogy, and like just and like the way they do Harvey Dent as a character. I mean, everyone plays a part. Everyone has their moments. Everyone has their development, and it's just it's an incredible film. And I think the thing about Inception that I like is just even though I don't fully understand it, I think the thing that I enjoy about that one is just it talks about the power of dreams, like in like this heist thriller way. And I think the thing that got me about that one was like, you know, how Maul is Cobb's your wife, and like she sabotages everything he does because like she haunts him, you know what I mean, like with how everything that happened. I just like it shows like, well, if you can't let things go, it sabotages not just you but like your whole team, you know what I mean? So yeah, just that dream within a dream, and it's like the special effects, man, like the hallway fight and all the other stuff in it. Like Inception is just, and the music is just fucking awesome, man. Like like I said, I don't fully get it, but it's awesome, you know what I mean? So yeah, Inception's great.
But I think that's a trademark, is that you have to watch it
multiple times. Yep. So yeah, but no, that would be my top 3. Like I said, got love for Dunkirk, just character development. And I was thinking about Tenet, but you already have Tenet, so you know I gotta mix it up. It up, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I think, well, you know, I'll just go in order. We can kind of shoot the shit on this. We don't really have to go around, but in your opinion, what are some of the things that make Christopher Nolan such a timeless director? Like, what's the thing where it's just like, oh yeah, that's my boy. No one else can do it like that. You know what I mean?
We kind of already touched on it a little bit, on just how like he uses practical effects.
Yep.
I know there's not much of a Christopher Nolan thing, but the score of his films.
I mean, he always goes with Hans Zimmer, so
they're all recognizable.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So if you think of Tenet, you already know what music comes in your head. When you think of Dark Knight, it's like you already have it.
Inception.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you? I mean, what makes him a timeless director?
I feel like he's only going to be, hopefully not, but like when the people say Christopher Nolan, like, oh, the Dark Knight guy or whatever, I feel like those type of people should expand and watch his other films. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. And by the way, at this time, none of us have seen Memento, or what's the other one you were talking about?
The Prestige.
The Prestige.
And Insomnia.
Insomnia. So we haven't seen those, but we definitely can watch those. Yeah.
Yeah. For example, right there, they're different movies he does.
Right.
Yeah.
Action, thriller, mystery, anything. Like he touches every fucking genre of the film and still fucking makes it great. You know.
Right.
Like with Interstellar, that's a sci-fi movie.
Right.
You know. So for me, I feel like he's timeless because he's
Dark Knight's a crime drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not stuck to one genre.
Yeah, he's not stuck to one genre. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think that's what makes him. Is just like the same way of like Quentin Tarantino is like when a new Christopher Nolan movie comes out, you have to go fucking see it.
You have to see it.
Like, I think the only time they did that too, was Star Wars. Or who gives a fuck?
Oh shit! That sounds like a dig at Star Wars, isn't it?
There's a lot of them.
Doesn't give a fuck right now. This one.
Okay, all right.
Christopher Nolan.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I was just saying, it's a moment.
A Christopher Nolan Star Wars movie would be
releases
crazy.
Something like it's in theaters. Before the movie plays, you get a 10-minute snippet, or like you said, it was in fucking Fortnite. You get these little things leading up to his film because it's like you said, it's something you have to see now. You know,
he's one of the very few directors I think where it's like you have to go to the theater to watch.
You have to. There's not an option.
And you can't stream it. You know, IMAX. He always does it IMAX. Those are again one of the few movies you have to go see in IMAX. It's like made for fucking IMAX. They're not just like movies, they're fucking experiences, they're events.
Right.
You know, all of them are. Yeah, I think that's what makes him like timeless. Now, if we're talking about what his flaws are,
well, that's in the next one.
Oh,
yeah.
Save it.
Save
okay.
it.
What do you think?
Yeah, man. You know, I think the thing that, and this is not really exclusive to him, but I think just the ambiguity of his writing, the mystery. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I really enjoy. Like, you know, I think I'll be honest. Like, I think in most cases I do kind of like movies that like get to the point. They tell you what's going on. There's not cliffhangers. It's not super open ended. But like you were saying earlier, Alberto, like all of his movies have cliffhangers. Every last one. Either that or they have something that's going to lead into the next one. Like at the end of Batman Begins, Jim Gordon hands him the card to the Joker, right? So then we know the next movie is going to have the Joker in it, you know. Or like at the end of Dark Knight, like when he rides off and the cops are chasing him, we're just like, well, that's kind of the end of the Batman, right? And then at the end of Dark Knight Rises, when what's his name, Tim Blake. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Tim Drake. No, not Tim Drake.
Not Tim Drake. It's
Joseph
Gordon-Levitt's character. Yeah, the cop. Yeah, the cop. Yeah, Robin.
Before his name was Robin.
Before his name was Robin. Yeah, the cop. Like Batman, he gets all of Batman's stuff and he enters the Batcave. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of Christopher Nolan's way of saying, hey, if I wanted to make a Nightwing movie, I could. You know what I mean? So I and even, you know, with Inception and Tenet, like, yeah, they're confusing. We like I said, we don't get them, but I like the fact that it leaves the audience open for question. It leaves them wanting more, even if they're not going to get any more. You know what I mean? Like, it makes you think. You know what I mean? And I don't know if Dunkirk had an ending like that necessarily, but maybe that's the only one that didn't.
No.
Yeah, not really.
That's like, but it's still.
It could be open for interpretation. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I like the ambiguity is something that a lot of filmmakers can't really accomplish because they're just they want their audience to leave with like a certain feeling of like conclusiveness. You know what I mean? But Christopher Nolan's like one of those directors willing to say like, hey, I want you to like actually think about, you know, and like I said, he's not the only director who does that, but in my opinion, he's the one who does it. He's one of the ones who does it the best. You know what I mean? So that's what I love about him the most is just, you know, the mystery that he's willing to leave his audience in. It's just that ambiguity is, yeah, I think that's cool. So yeah.
You guys not gonna give a shout out to his brother, Jonathan Nolan?
Here we go. All right, go ahead, Aaron. Go with your rant about Jonathan
for real.
Nolan.
Like, what exactly is he a director too, or what does he do exactly?
He wrote The Dark Knight.
Yeah, he wrote it.
Oh, okay.
No, but like I feel like I don't want to sound so like sentimental here, but like I feel like him and his brother have the same dynamic as you and me. Like when you bring up an idea for a movie, and I feel like his brother's, oh yeah, man, let's do this, let's do that. Like they work together.
They challenge each other too. Yeah. Because remember you guys were saying like Alberto was saying, Edgar, like he keeps you on your toes. You know, like you want to do something, you're just like, why the fuck are you doing that? You know what I mean?
Together, right. Together. He's a producer sometimes.
Except you don't write.
Yeah, he doesn't. Shut up.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if I'm right or wrong about this, but I feel if it wasn't for his brother telling him to finish Memento and working on it, I don't think he would be a director as he is now, if that makes sense.
Right.
It was his brother that pushed him, like, hey, finish that script you have.
We all need those people, bro. Yeah.
He mentioned it in his speech when he won an award for it. So I want to thank my brother. If it wasn't for him telling me to finish the script or work on it, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
So there you go. His brother that's the other thing. He works with family. His wife works on his films too.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like
he brings everyone home.
Yeah,
he has a tight. What's his name? Fucking.
He even has most of the same actors in his movie too. Yeah.
Michael Caine is in a lot of his.
Yeah,
movies.
Michael Caine. Yeah.
A tight group he works with. So.
Hans Zimmer's composed every score. Yeah. So I mean, he knows what he wants. And he knows who he wants to do it with, and that's a good thing, man. You know what I mean? Because like I'm all for expanding. I'm all for diversity, but you gotta pick your people wisely, bro. You gotta pick your squad wisely. You know what I mean? Because like you want to work with as many people as possible, but you can't work with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
It's one of those things where it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
You know, he's done these movies with almost the same team of people, and it's like it worked before. Why would he change it? You know? Yep. But and he gives good like he uplifts a lot of the actors that are in his movies too, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yep.
What was his name? The actor from Tenet was Denzel Washington's son. What's his name?
John David Washington.
Yeah. And like fucking Christopher Nolan gave him a fucking main role in Tenet. Like that's fucking awesome. You know, or Tom Hardy as Bane. Like when you're in a Christopher Nolan movie, you're not just gonna just be a fucking side character. Like he's gonna be transformed.
Well, even if you are, you're gonna be a cool side character, like Lucius Fox. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, now let's talk into something that we haven't really like done before. Like we don't want to shit on anybody, but we gotta, no one's perfect, so we gotta bring this in. What's one, or maybe even a couple? Let's try to stick to one. But what's one of your main criticisms of Christopher Nolan films?
Well, I mean, not necessarily the ending, but the build up to an ending can sometimes feel a bit
like empty.
Like he's trying to, like, all right, it's time to wrap this up.
Right.
Dark Knight Rises kind of has that. Where it feels
Yeah.
like a lot of the movie was a bunch of build up, and then like the last 20 minutes, he's trying to cram
all this stuff in.
so much into it.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises, like I said, absolutely love that film, but very flawed story. Very, very flawed. Like definitely a lot of plot holes.
Yeah, Interstellar is like, it takes a huge fucking risk with like the whole Tesseract and like being in the fucking sixth dimension, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
It's like a whole thing, and it's like
it didn't feel like he earned it. Yeah.
Yeah, or it's just like it's either gonna win people over, or it's gonna be like, I don't buy into this ending,
Right.
So yeah, I feel like his endings are not the best, even if it is open for interpretation. It still can sometimes be a little bit weak,
right.
Yeah. But and also I hear a lot of people talk about how like you can't sometimes hear a lot of the fucking characters in his movies, like the sound level,
the sound mix,
the dialogue can be a bit off.
For me personally, I don't really experience that with most of his movies. I think the only movie where that stands out is Tenet. Tenet definitely had that problem because I remember seeing that movie with my boy Demetrius, and we were just kind of like the music versus the dialogue. It's loud. It's really fucking loud. You know what I mean? Because like obviously the action is loud too, right? So that's the only movie where that stood out for me. Because like when I think of the Dark Knight movies, I don't really have problem interpreting what they're saying ever. Same with Inception. Like that's not really an issue. And Dunkirk too, which that's a war movie, so that one should be loud. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think the only movie where that stands out to me personally is Tenet. The Tenet, that the dialogue and music and action mix definitely was a little off. So yeah. But
or is he just a perfect director?
Yeah, he's perfect. Like you said, Dark Knight. It's not only the ending. I feel like
Dark Knight Rises. Or
the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight doesn't have that movie doesn't have any flaws. Pretty much.
Could have cut the movie a little bit. It's like some.
It was really long. Like I said, it was a war movie. It was a war trilogy.
I think
you know what I mean?
Out of all of them, the third one did feel like it dragged.
Right.
You know? You didn't see that much of Batman, which I understand, but like, fuck, man.
Yeah. I think, like I talked about it earlier. Like when people say like, "Oh, have you seen Tenet, the new Christopher?" The first thing is, I'm not gonna get it. Yeah. I don't. It's like that's the first thing they go to.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's his flaw, is that people.
They're not gonna understand it.
They're not gonna, like if you tell Interstellar, like,
it's like a double-edged sword. Like he wants you to watch it, but it can turn off people.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, his style's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. Yeah.
It's like once if you watch a whole film of his, and besides the Dark Knight trilogy, like for Memento or Tenet, Dunkirk, whatever it is, it leaves you thinking. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing about what he does. Yeah. Because it makes you go watch it again and you find something new.
Right.
Or like how Maurice brought up, like, is Tenet connected to Inception? It's like, okay, let me think about it.
I really think it is, bro.
That's you thinking.
You know what I mean?
That's the good thing about his films. It just, maybe you didn't get it the first time. Watch it again. But like you said, it's a little bit of
double-edged sword. Yeah. So. Yeah, I think the main thing for me is most of those flaws I feel like they do come up in the Dark Knight Rises the most. You know what I mean? Because like there's just a lot. As much as I love the ending, there is Batman sacrifices himself, right? And then there's the implication that he got the autopilot fixed and that he's still alive. But then again, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there is that scene where Alfred was saying he saw him with like a wife and a family, and that that trip he took to Paris, and so at the end of the movie you see him with Catwoman, but then that was just a vision, right? He wasn't actually there. Yeah. So I think that's what I think that's what Alfred wanted for Batman, but that's not actually what happened. You know what I mean? And then but then there's implications that he was still alive, but that doesn't make any sense because no one survives a nuclear bomb. I mean, he's not a superhuman. You know what I mean?
He's Batman.
He's Batman. You know, he's Batman.
What I was gonna say is now that I'm thinking about it, all of the Batman movies, they have two villains. They have Joker, Two-Face. You have Scarecrow, Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, and Bane.
Right.
The thing is, I don't think he knows how to juggle his villains well. Bane is a standout. Joker's a standout. Ra's al Ghul is a standout. Like, you don't really care about the other. Two-Face is good, but it's like.
Although like for me personally, I think Two-Face and Joker were very well balanced because if you think about it, like Harvey's pretty much in the whole movie. You know what I mean? Like we see his character develop through that entire time. We don't see that with Talia or Scarecrow as much. Scarecrow is just kind of there because he's Scarecrow. You know what I mean? Like, because Scarecrow, he was in Batman Begins too. He was in all three of them actually. Because remember at the end and he was the judge and that one in Dark Knight Rises. So he's just kind of he's a fan service villain. You know what I mean? Yeah. But no, I feel like Harvey Dent and was very well developed, and like even the fact that Harvey Dent and Joker don't like each other, like that's
I would say
that's good.
Harvey
you know what
Dent
I mean?
is probably one of his more like
I think that throughout the trilogy, I think those two they had a good balance. You know,
but the other ones, I don't know.
But you know, because Talia, I mean, she was just kind of an annoying chick that harassed Bruce for money, to be honest, and then stabs him and then has sex with him.
But it's like I told you, it's like the endings they want you to buy into so much, and it's like some audience members just won't buy into it.
Right.
You know, like, I don't buy into Batman fucking surviving that. I don't buy into fucking the whole Tesseract thing in Interstellar. I don't buy into the endings can be a bit shaky.
Right. Yeah. No, I think most of those flaws do come in The Dark Knight Rises. Just, you know, it's just like as much as I love that film, just a lot of convolution, you know. And even like when I'm thinking about Bane, menacing, awesome. Tom Hardy killed that role. But when you think about his motivations, like versus the Joker or even Ra's al Ghul, they just weren't as good. You know what I mean? Like he wants to liberate Gotham from the corruption of like the like police system or whatever, and makes sense because Gotham is very corrupt. But then again, we just don't really get as much substance from Bane as we would others. You know what I mean? And like I'm fine with that because, like I said, Bane is Batman's most physically intimidating villain. That's what he's there to do, but they could have given him more. You know what I mean? And even like his side character, he's just a sniper. You know what I mean? Like so. I mean, I think that was one thing too. And then I think the other thing that I would have to criticize about Nolan films is just character development. And just like because I think in the Dark Knight trilogy, even the characters that aren't as memorable, like that I feel like he has the ability to kind of get away with because. One, it is based on comic books, so a lot of people know these characters. And two, for the most part, I say even with some of the more flawed films like Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins, he did a good job at least giving those characters their moments. You know what I mean? But I feel like with movies like specifically, I'm talking about Dunkirk and Tenet, the character development is just not really that great. You know what I mean? Because like for example, Tenet. I love Tenet, but the main character's name is the protagonist. You know what I mean? So, I kind of feel like that's kind of his clever, non-clever way of saying we're not really here for character. Like we're just here to, you know, just kind of, you know, mess around with the elements and inversion in time and stuff like that. And then Dunkirk. Like it's a war situation, but there's no character development in it, like barely at all. You know what I mean? Like I don't know a single character from Dunkirk. You know what I mean?
What were you gonna say?
No,
so
like he was just saying, you know why his movies hasn't been like he was saying like tenons on it. His brother's not mentioned here.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
He probably has a point, though. He probably has a point.
Why you love Interstellar?
I know.
Jonathan Nolan and Christopher.
I know that.
He probably has a point, though.
Let's go to Inception, one of Maurice's favorites. No, for some reason his brother's not in there, but I don't know. I think
it has something to do with it. It has something to do with it. You know?
No.
But
what do you mean no?
Who the fuck is writing Oppenheimer then, bitch? Go check that.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I'll give you a second.
Oh man.
right.
But yeah, other than that, man, I mean, those are probably the main two things. I think the most flawed things I notice are in The Dark Knight Rises, Dunkirk, and Tenet. You know, so
all by himself.
I think his brother's doing his own thing
No,
now.
he's not.
no, it's not.
Huh?
Let me go check. Hold on. All right, keep going, guys.
I'm done.
Well, now the next one was about Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah. So thoughts. What are your thoughts and expectations for the upcoming Oppenheimer film, bro? Like, what do you guys think?
That it's gonna be well written without his fucking brother.
Yeah, Edgar. You're onto something though. I think you do make a valid point. You know what I mean? The team you have in the movie matters. You know. So, yeah.
You talk shit about it, but like that was one of your favorites.
What?
Tenet.
Yeah.
And he's not writing it. I mean, Oppenheimer. What's there to say? I'm excited to see. I think this is the most fucking well-known actors that are going to be in a movie.
Yeah, who's playing
Rock,
Oppenheimer?
and he's going to be in. I think. What's his name? Cillian Murphy or Gillian Murphy? Is that his name?
One of those
Fucking
fools.
Fantastic actor. He played a Scarecrow.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then fucking.
Oh yes. What's his name?
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy.
He's gonna be in there. Go ahead.
Emily Blunt.
Okay.
Robert Downey Jr. Matt Damon.
Okay.
Rami Malek. Florence Pugh.
I know who that.
Oh, yep.
is.
I know them. Yep.
And a whole bunch of more.
Fucking Josh from Drake and Josh is gonna be in there for some reason. But it's like so many names that are gonna.
As long as he's a good actor,
feature this
bro.
movie.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the fact that it's a movie about the guy who made the first atomic bomb.
I mean, no one's ever done that before, have
No
they?
one's ever done that before. So
Yeah.
it's like there's a bit of mystique to it, appeal to it. Like, what the
Right.
fuck is it? What are we gonna watch for the next hour and a half or however long it's gonna be? Like,
I've always
what's
heard
it gonna
that
be about?
Albert Einstein made the first atomic bomb, but I guess maybe he developed the technology to do that, and then Oppenheimer is the one who actually did it. Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's the history buff in me. I just want to know, but I'm not sure. So yeah.
But I'm expecting it to be. I'm gonna throw it out here. This is gonna be his best movie since The Dark Knight.
Shit. Shots fired.
I'm throwing it out there. I think
Expectations are
Oppenheimer
high. Okay, we know what Alberto wants.
It's not only gonna make. It's gonna be the
All right.
best Christopher Nolan film since Dark Knight. It's gonna rack up awards like nobody's fucking business. I guarantee it.
All right.
That's my prediction.
All
For
right.
Oppenheimer. Is it gonna make a lot of money? That's
a
another
different story. Yeah.
But the impact, I think it's gonna be one of the best movies of the year.
No, because his brother's not in it.
Oh, for
Yeah. Shut up, Bubba. Shut up, Edgar. Yeah, man. I think the main thing I'm expecting is, like I said, I'm a bit of history buff, so the story does appeal to me. I don't think a movie like this has ever been made before, really. But I'm just really interested to learn about Oppenheimer. I don't know anything about the fucking guy at all. So never learned about him, never heard about him in school or anything really. So yeah, to learn about not just, I hope there's something about like his life story as well as, the development of the atomic bomb, and just really see what that's going to be like, So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is just learning the story of like how exactly that all came together. And I want to see some, this fucked up as it sounds, I want to see some insane nuclear bomb effects.
Yeah, right.
And some really good dialogue too. I feel like there's going to be the chance to have some, for the acting to shine. Like, this is going to be a very intense, like, discussion. Like, we're talking about the first like weapon of mass destruction, right? Like, I wonder if, like, because I know America, we are the first and the only people that actually use the nuclear bomb. Or is it the nuclear bomb or the atomic bomb? Or
I think they're both the same.
Both, yeah. Okay, so the first one to actually use the nuclear bomb. So I wonder if because we used that on Hiroshima and Nagasaki ending World War II. So I wonder if that, like, the tying into that, like, and contacting the president at the time, which I believe was Harry S. Truman. Oh, wait, no, was it Harry S. Truman? I believe so. I believe he was the president at the time, and like, I want to see if it ties really into the World War II events that, ending the war and then going on to the Cold War. Obviously, that's a big thing about the Cold War, is nuclear bombs, nuclear missiles, and stuff like that. So I want to see kind of like the military political angle behind that. So there's a lot to talk about here, So
What about you, Eric?
yeah.
What are you looking forward to about Oppenheimer?
I don't know. You guys pretty much nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to be surprised. You know?
Yeah. I want to be surprised too.
But I want to understand the fucking movie.
I feel like we should be able to get this one. I feel like we should be able to get this one. There could be some ambiguity, you know, because it's Christopher Nolan. But yeah.
Poster. You'll understand this one.
It's time to understand.
It's time to understand. Yeah.
That, yep.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Christopher Nolan is he's still relevant. He's still around. So we'll probably do a review of that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I love to see that.
That'd be nice for
Or
us
even be a
all
part of
to
it.
see
Shit.
that shit.
Yeah.
Be in it. We'll review it.
Yeah.
This July. So. Yep.
Yep. That's my birthday month. I might go see it then. Shit. Yeah.
There you go.
That's
So
what's
that was
up.
our little director spotlight of Christopher Nolan.
All right. That's it, bro. It's
Now
game time, baby.
It's time to play some fucking games.
Yes, sir. Okay. So we return with another round of 1v1. Yeah.
Who's on the scoreboard so far? Have I won?
I think has he won all of them?
Yeah.
I think he's won all of them. Yeah, so we did go into overtime. Okay, so in this game, once again, I'm going to explain the rules. In this game, choose the fighter who won these particular fights in pop culture. Each fight only has one winner. First to 6 correct answers wins.
Mm-hmm.
P.S. I lied. 2 out of these 10 fights don't have a winner. So remember, there are 10 fights, and just in case we go into overtime, which I'm pretty sure we will, I have 6 extra fights. So if we go over that, I don't know what the fuck we're doing with our lives, but I'm prepared. Okay, now remember, I just want to remind, because I know there was some confusion last time. This isn't who you like better. Okay, you have to understand. Every hero and every villain, they have wins and they have losses, okay? I don't care if you like one character more than the other. This is not what this is about. This is about who won the fade, all right?
All right.
Who won this particular fight. And I'll be very specific about what the fight is, okay? All right, so remember, it's not who you like better, it's who won the fight.
All right.
So remember, both of you guys face me, and I guess, yeah, raise your hands and I'll pick on you.
Okay.
And be quick with it so I can actually choose. And so yeah, so first to 6 wins, and like I said, if we go into overtime, I have extra ones. So, and I made sure I chose some that you know and some that I'm pretty sure you don't know to make it more challenging. So yeah, okay.
All right, let's go.
So first fight: Batman versus Bane in the ending battle of The Dark Knight Rises. Go ahead, Alberto.
Why didn't you raise your hand? And I just want to be. You know the answer, and you're letting me raise my fucking hand.
Why did
Do you not care?
I thought he was talking about the first time.
I said ending battle, Edgar.
Go for it. You raised your hand.
It's neither, because Catwoman defeated Bane.
Damn, you got it. You got it. You got it.
I mean,
Yep.
come on.
Yep. That's because remember, like, so Batman did win the final fist fight, but then Talia stabbed him, and then Catwoman came through and said, "You know the thing about guns, I'm not as passionate about it as you are." So yeah, Catwoman is the winner of that one. All right, so get with the quickness, Edgar. You got this. So all right, so that's 1 point. 1 point for my boy Alberto. Okay, second battle, and this one should be easy. So get ready to raise your hands. Tom Holland Spider-Man versus the Green Goblin. Ending battle of Spider-Man No Way Home. Edgar.
Again, no one. Who was it? I think it was Tobey Maguire that stopped the fight.
You're on the right track. He stopped the fight. But we're just talking about, just think about just the physical interaction between the two beforehand. So let's say the fight, we'll just say the fight ends when Toby stopped him, but we're talking about who was particularly in the advantage at that time.
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin?
Yeah.
Are you? It's Spider-Man. I feel like you're just wanting to fucking lose this thing. You know what, Eric? The great thing about this one is we're not going on overtime because you fucking suck, okay? Jesus Christ. Oh, this is Green Goblin, obviously.
I like.
He said who had the event? It was Green Goblin.
In the last fucking fight of No Way Home.
Yeah.
The fight where he was beating him up on the ground ruthlessly. Well, that you consider that a win, Edgar? I'm pretty sure he was getting the fade run on him, bro. Spider-Man was fucking him up pretty hard, bro.
Fine.
Well, it's not you can fucking give the right answer now. Move on, Maurice. Shit.
Come on, Edgar, bro. I believe in you, man. All right.
I didn't even try to raise my hand. I just looked at you to raise your hand.
2 points for Alberto. All right. Round three. Carl versus John McClane, specifically from Die Hard. The first gunfight that they have, and then also in the first fist fight that they have. So remember, John McClane and Carl, they fight twice. So who won the first two? Carl.
On both.
Carl, no, you're right. You won. Edgar, come on. Are you not even trying? God.
It's been a while since I've seen Die Hard.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, that's fair. All right. But come on. At least raise your hand. At least give some competition. All right. Okay. All right. That's 3 for Alberto. Almost at 6. Come on, bro. I want us to get these fights. Let's go. All right. Round 4. Jake Sully versus Miles Quaritch. The ending battle of Avatar: Way of the Water.
We never seen the movie.
Well, then guess.
Jake Sully.
Guess.
Who was it again?
Miles Quaritch he's the bad guy, the colonel.
I'll go for him.
You go for him?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I am proud to announce that you are both wrong. So it is
guess for no fucking reason. Okay, who won?
So it was a tie. So basically, at the end of the movie, they have like this huge fight, but then the ship they're fighting on gets sunk underwater. So I don't want to spoil it, but.
No, you can go ahead. We don't care about Avatar.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you should watch it. It was a badass sequel. It was a badass movie. It was badass. It was bad fucking ass.
Yeah, you don't fucking
I
care.
saw the first one. I need to see the second one.
It's badass. But no, anyway, so Jake chokes him out and he thinks he's dead, but then his son, the villain's son, comes and saves him at the end, and then Jake goes with his family. So they get separated, but so neither one of them know that they're alive. Basically, that's why. So yeah. So that one's a tie. All right, round 5. So still, you're still in the lead with 3, right, Alberto?
Yep.
Okay, 3. Okay, so round 5. Korra versus Kuvira in the first open battle in season 4 of Legend of Korra.
Oh, dude, I never seen that. I know what show you're talking about, but I didn't see it.
Oh, you haven't seen Legend of Korra?
The other character, not Korra.
Kuvira?
Yeah.
You're gonna go for Kuvira? What about you, Edgar?
Korra.
All right, that is a victory again for Alberto. It is Kuvira.
I haven't fucking seen it.
Yeah.
So
So
winning it.
so
Yes.
she's one of the most physically intimidating villains for Korra. So but they fight again at the end, obviously. So but yeah. All right. So that's 4 for you.
4-1.
4-0.
4-0. Come on, Edgar, get your weight up, bro. All right, round 6. Creed versus Drago in the first boxing match of Creed 2. They fight twice.
Creed 2.
Yeah.
Talking about
Rocky?
the original Rocky. Yeah.
No, Creed versus Drago in Creed 2. The first match.
I'm honestly, I'm letting you have this one.
Come on, man, just guess.
They fought twice.
They fought twice.
Yo, we're thinking about the first one.
I'm confused. Say the question again. Sorry.
Creed versus Drago.
Uh-huh.
The first boxing match in the movie Creed 2. So in Creed 2, Creed and Drago fight twice. This is the first time they fought.
So yeah, Drago won that one, right?
Yes, that's a win. Thank you, Alberto. Give us some competition. Okay, now I know both of you will know this one, so get ready to raise your freaking hands. All right,
I'm not.
and wait for me. And wait for me to finish the entire thing. Okay, 4-1, round 7. Daniel LaRusso versus Terry Silver in Stingray's apartment fight in season 5 of Cobra Kai.
Oh, you raised your hand?
No, I'm letting you have this one again.
Silver.
Silver, yep. Silver beat him up first
I'm
time.
waiting for you to like.
All right, get up a little bit. All right.
Stop already, cocky little shit.
Okay, we're coming about 10 fights, so get back in the competition mode, Albert. Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right, so we're 4-2. All right, round 8. Mr. Joshua versus Martin Riggs. The ending battle of Lethal Weapon.
Mr. Riggs. Riggs.
Mr. Riggs. Fair enough. Martin Riggs.
Is that right?
You didn't even guess. What do you mean?
I thought whoever answers first gets the answer.
But you get to... Well, I say Riggs.
I say Riggs too.
Okay, well, he did answer first, so it's Riggs. But yeah, so that's 5-2. 5-2. All right,
I haven't even seen that movie, to be honest.
Almost at 6. Albert, shut up.
You're not the fucking,
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Round 9. Andrew versus Matt in the ending battle of Chronicle.
Oh, we've never seen this one.
Good.
Matt.
Andrew.
You can say it's... Okay.
He said it first, and he said Matt.
He said Matt?
Andrew.
Okay. All right. Well, I am proud to report, Edgar, you getting your weight up, bro. All right. Yeah, it's 4-3. So it is...
Fucking a good...
It's...
3 or 4, right?
It's Matt. Yeah, it's 3 or 4. So it's Matt. So wait, you guys haven't seen Chronicle?
Mm-mm.
Check it out. It's a found footage superhero movie. It's fucking awesome. It's really cool. Really short. Doesn't overstay its welcome. It's really well done.
Right.
It's a cautionary, very like a cautionary tale about just how we treat each other, bro. And it's really awesome. The ending fight is crazy, bro. It's awesome. So yeah, but okay, all right. Round 10. We're 4-3. Okay. Oh shit. Oh yeah. So we still got the first 6. Okay. All right. Kick-Ass versus Frank D'Amico and the ending battle of Kick-Ass. That's you?
Yeah, Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. Do you know exactly how he won?
Rocket launcher.
Yep.
It's a tie now.
5-5. All right. We got our weight up, bro.
Finally, Jesus.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, yet again in game time here on Two Bros and a Black Guy, we are going into overtime, bro.
I let you go to overtime.
We are going into overtime. All right.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Hey, you fucking chose Green Goblin, okay, in the whole No Way Home fight. Well, fucking movie you saw it.
I saw
You went in a different fucking multiverse and saw it.
All right, we got 6 more fights here. So I guess let me see. You guys are 5-5. No, you guys are 5-5. Let me see. I did say 1st to 6, huh?
So
This
One
is
more?
it?
Yeah,
This is
okay,
the
one
death
more.
round right here, isn't it?
All right.
Unless we both get it right, and then
And then we keep going. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna mix it up here a little bit just to make it a little more interesting. Okay. 1st to 6. Oh shit. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Decepticons versus the Army Rangers in the ground war fight in Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
oh, that's not the shit. That was like the last one that we saw. The Transformers versus who?
Dark of the Moon.
No,
But-
who were the
Oh, the Decepticons.
Decepticons?
The bad
Come on,
Transformers.
Transformers. I mean,
No,
they always win.
Decepticons.
No, it's not. Okay, so no, it's not. It's not the. It's not. It weren't 2 fights. Remember, so it's the Decepticons versus the Army Rangers. So Decepticons versus the military.
Decepticons.
Oh, Decepticons.
I said it first, so.
Okay, he did say it first.
Well, you guys are both wrong.
What?
It is the Army Rangers. So if you guys remember you guys may not remember that scene, but there's a scene where they wingsuit into the city.
Oh, yeah.
And then they have these snipers, and the snipers, they take out the eyes, and then they have guys on the ground that set up like claymores and C4, and they wreck all of them. It was fucking awesome. So yeah, that's like actually that scene is the only reason I actually bought the movie, because I'm like, bro, like yeah, like I'm just like, bro, like they actually wrecked Transformers on their own without the freaking without the Autobots. That was cool. So yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Yeah. Not a great movie, but the action is pretty dope. Like everything after the first hour is really cool. So okay. Next fight. Huey, Riley, and Granddad versus Stinkmeaner in the Boondocks Season 2. This is an episode that's called The Stinkmeaner Strikes Back. It's where Stinkmeaner possesses Tom. Tom breaks into their house to fight them.
It was,
Huey and Granddad.
Yeah.
You didn't say it, but I said it first.
But in it,
If you say who it is specifically, I'll give you the point.
Uncle Ruckus, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. Well, okay. If we're talking about this fight in particular, no, it wasn't him. Because there's you're talking about the exorcism scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was before that. Who knocks him out in particular?
Granddad.
No.
No, wait.
It's one of the 3. So just keep guessing until you get it right.
Huey.
No.
Riley.
Yes.
Well, that's how it ends.
That goes out to my boy Jonathan Nolan.
Come on, man.
Don't dedicate the fucking show.
Hey, you could have said John Witherspoon because he actually was in the show and he did pass away. Rest in peace, John Witherspoon. Yeah. Well, anyway, okay. So in that fight in particular, so Stink Meter was choking Granddad out, and then Riley grabbed Granddad's good china and hit him over the head with it like 3 times. So yeah, he won that fight.
Well, I'm still waiting on the scoreboard anyways. I don't care. So.
Wait, are you? Wait, what are we at?
Like overall with the games, like I'm still. Yeah.
First win, so
Yeah, but I'm still 2-1. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, Edgar, bro, my first win, bro. Give me some, yeah. 6-5,
I
bro.
didn't seem to give a shit at the beginning though. Like,
He did let you have that one a little bit at first. All right, well, thank you for giving us healthy competition, though. But yeah, all right. Well, that was a much more successful game than last time. I think we understood the rules better, so that's good. But yeah, all right. Well, that's it on my end. And go ahead and do your thing, bro. End us out.
That has been 2 brothers
and a black guy,
and we'll be doing more of these director spotlights in the future
and other episodes too. We got a lot. We got a lot to do. Yeah.
Once again, please. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're listening or watching this on YouTube. I guess more listening on YouTube. Leave us a review on wherever you're listening this episode on your whatever streaming platform. And again, I don't think I brought it up at the top of the show, but I do have a book. It's out on Amazon.
It's good.
It's on ebook
it's real
and
good.
Physical. Mm-hmm. Please follow Maurice on all his socials. Keep up to date with that. He will be coming back with more gaming content, more music.
Yes, sir.
It's all going to be in the description below.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Everything's going to be on there. So.
Yep.
So,
I might have new links I have to send you. I'll let you know, though.
So, yeah. But, yeah, this has been 2 brothers.
And a black guy.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace out, bitch.
Yeah.